You can't see it, you can't feel it, but it controls your weight, your mood, your energy, and even your cravings. I'm talking about your gut microbiome, an invisible ecosystem of trillions of microbes that determine how your body processes food, stores fat, regulates inflammation, and even shapes how your brain perceives hunger and stress. In fact, studies show your gut microbes influence over 70% of your metabolic signaling pathways, from glucose control to lipid metabolism to hormone regulation. This week, we'll go deeper into the microbial species that heal, the foods that feed them, and the habits that silently destroy them. Because until you fix the gut ecosystem, no amount of dieting, fasting, or supplements can sustainably fix your metabolism. Your gut is your hidden metabolic organ. Your microbiome isn't just bacteria, it functions as a living organ, a chemical factory that communicates directly with your brain, liver, and even your adipose tissue through molecules called short chain fatty acids, bile acid metabolites, and microbial neurochemicals. Think of it as a metabolic control network. It determines how many calories you extract from food. It trains and calibrates your immune system. It produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, which regulate cravings, motivation, and sleep. This gut brain liver axis operates 24/7. And when it's disrupted, you don't just get bloating or fatigue, you get a systemic breakdown in metabolic communication. Modern life has waged war on this ecosystem. Ultra processed foods, artificial sweeteners, chronic stress, alcohol, and antibiotics each erode microbial diversity, the single most important marker of gut resilience. When beneficial species decline, your gut lining weakens. Microscopic gaps form, allowing lipopolysaccharides, LPS, also known as endotoxins, to leak into your bloodstream. This triggers low grade systemic inflammation, activating immune pathways like NF kappa B and TLR4, leading the liver to become insulin resistant. Over time, that chronic inflammation blocks the metabolic signals that regulate energy balance, and the body shifts into fat storage mode. Research consistently shows that people with obesity and type 2 diabetes have 30 to 40% lower microbial diversity compared to healthy individuals. Even a single course of broad spectrum antibiotics can alter gut flora for up to a year. And artificial sweeteners such as aspartame and sucralose can disrupt microbial DNA expression and raise insulin levels through changes in gut brain signaling. This is why your gut isn't just digestion, it's your metabolism, your mood, and your hormonal balance all in one. The good news is that gut can regenerate is fast. It has an incredible capacity to regenerate. In as little as 30 to 60 days, you can rediversify your microbiome and restore metabolic function if you feed it correctly. Here are three microbial families that serve as metabolic cornerstones. 1. Akkermansia mucinifera, the gut guardian. It strengthens your intestinal wall, reduces endotoxin leakage, and enhances insulin sensitivity. Feed it with polyphenol rich foods like pomegranate, cranberries, and green tea. 2. Bifidobacteria, the fatigue fighters. These microbes reduce gut permeability and regulate glucose response. Feed it with fermented foods like kefir, yogurt, and sauerkraut. 3. Faecalibacterium prausnitzii, the anti-inflammatory powerhouse. It produces butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that fuels colon cells and suppresses inflammatory cytokines. Feed it with resistant starches such as cooled rice, green bananas, and lentils. When you support these species, you begin to feel the shift in energy, focus, and metabolic flexibility. Let's have a look what quietly destroys the gut everyday one. Erratic eating, skipping meals, and then overeating disrupts microbial circadian rhythms. 2. Overuse of NSAIDs and medications, they damage the gut lining. 3. Low fiber diets starve beneficial microbes. 4. Chronic psychological stress reduces microbial diversity in as little as 48 hours through elevated cortisol and sympathetic overactivation. Remember, your microbes don't just eat what you eat, they feel what you feel. When you're stressed, they're stressed, and your metabolism slows down with them. So, how to rebuild the gut metabolic axis? 1. Start with a diversity diet. Aim for 30 plus plant foods a week. Different colors, herbs, and spices each feed different microbial species. Second, fermented allies. Include 2 to 3 daily servings of kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, or unsweetened yogurt. Third, fiber. First, eat fiber, protein, and healthy fats before carbs to stabilize glucose and feed beneficial bacteria. Fourth, circadian eating. Finish meals at least 3 hours before bed because microbial repair peaks during your sleep window. 5. Mind gut connection. 10 minutes of breath work, journaling, or gratitude daily activate the vagus nerve that carries this calm directly to your gut. Your microbiome isn't fixed, it's dynamic and reshaped daily by your diet, your rhythm, and your emotional state. Your metabolism isn't broken, your microbes are confused and undernourished, but they can heal faster than any drug can act because your gut isn't your enemy. It's your ecosystem, and when you nurture it, every system in your body realigns. Next week, we'll explore how your gut brain axis influences stress, cravings, and motivation, and how healing your gut literally rewires your nervous system. Until then, feed your microbes, protect your rhythm, and remember, healing your gut is one of the fastest ways to heal your life.